We've been talking about supply chain disruption for over a year and a half now, with U.S. consumers shifting to goods from services during the pandemic. The demand for imports has caused a major shipping backlog, and now with the holidays fast approaching, freight brokers across the country are working by land, sea, and air to replenish inventories. Transfix is one of those brokers. They're focused on trucking, a nearly $800 billion industry here in the U.S., according to the American Trucking Association. Now, to take advantage of trucking's rapid expansion, Transfix announced it's going public via SPAC early next year, with the merger valuing the company at more than $1 billion. Joining me now in a First on CNBC interview is Transfix CEO and President Lily Shen. Lily, welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me here today. Excited to tell you more about Transfix.
Yeah, so I guess let's start with the state of play in trucking more broadly right now. We know, I guess to sum it up, it would be described as really bad. Things are, there's a lot of shortages we've been hearing about. We've had retailers warning us there's not going to be product on the shelves kind of for the holiday season. Is it lessening at all? How would you describe things?
Look, I mean, the market is tight. And if there's one thing that we know about the freight market, no day is ever the same. I think the disruptions continue. Obviously, we're, still coming out of COVID. There are capacity constraints and there's volatility in demand. But I think this is where our technology has really come into play. And in working with customers such as Target, Unilever, Wayfair, our technology has really helped our customers to manage through the volatility.
Sure. So let's talk for a moment about the SPAC. Why a SPAC at a time when their performance has been pretty underwhelming this year? Are you concerned at all about the experience that other companies around your size have had going public this way?
Well, I can't speak to other SPACs, but what I do know is that we have incredible momentum in our business. Every year, we have really continued to grow as a company, bring on new customers, new carriers, building out the automation, and that's really enabled us to scale. We have an incredible partner in G Squared Ascend One. They've been investors in the company since 2019. They have invested in companies such as Airbnb, Spotify, Coursera, and they've made a number of investments in the freight space as well. So they're incredibly knowledgeable and share our passion for the opportunity ahead. And the last thing I'll say is that we all know the supply chain is the backbone of our economy, and the importance of digitization is critical. So now is the time. And, we've been thinking about being a public company for a while now. And given our momentum, given the partner, given all that's going on in the space, we felt now was the perfect time.
Yeah, again, there's never been more attention on, on these supply chains. So, if you could talk about sort of the playing field, it's pretty fragmented in the trucking space. Is part of your growth plan to consolidate existing players, or are you providing the technology that everybody can use? What's that growth plan look like?
Absolutely. A lot of the automation that we've built on the platform today has really helped aggregate shippers, customers across the country. We work with some of the largest customers in retail, food and beverage, CPG, and manufacturing. And at the same time, we've been able to really pull together an incredibly strong community of carriers on our platform. 93% of all carriers that work with Transfix continue to come back and want to work with Transfix. And that's really resulted in a high level of access and reliability to shippers.
All right. Lily, it's great to have you here today. Congratulations. And again, it'll be helpful to keep checking in on a lot of these concerns, especially as the holidays approach. It's good to have you on today.
Thanks for having me.
Lily Shen with Transfix.